Just like the X-Men themselves, the home video history of the X-Men franchise is a little bit messy, but a lot of fun. Let's dive in. It's morphin' time! Hello, this is Soundout here, and on today's video we're talking about the home video history for the X-Men franchise, both animated and live action, all at once. I will be going over some specifics in a moment. It's going to be about the X-Men, and Wolverine and Deadpool included, since they are spin-offs from that. But I want to go through the entire history of how things have been released on DVD and Blu-ray in North America, and we'll touch on a VHS here and there. If you enjoyed this format of video, I've done others on the channel, and also, if you do like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the notification bell, and the hype button if it's available to you if you haven't already. Appreciate all those things, makes these videos continue to happen. So let's dive into it. We have a lot to talk about, and we shouldn't waste any time. Let's begin. Before we begin chronicling the history of the X-Men on home video, I do want to set up what we're not including. There's a couple things. First of all, there was a series of motion comics. We're not bothering at those. They're motion comics. I'm not a big motion comics guy, and it doesn't really fit the movie and TV category that well. I'm also not including VHS releases aside from one of them because there's a general lack of information online as to when and how certain VHS releases were done and what they included, and there is plenty in the DVD and Blu-ray category to not need to include those. And then I'm also not talking about releases outside of the US. I'm focusing on US releases because I know there's some international releases of stuff, but we're specifically going with what was US released for X-Men movies and TV shows. Yes, that includes Wolverine and it includes Deadpool. But those are what we're focusing on today. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the one thing that only has been released on VHS tape, and that is Pryde of the X-Men. This was an animated pilot from the late 80s, early 90s to kind of try to kickstart an X-Men animated series. Didn't quite go. Its pretty much lasting legacy is inspiring the Konami beat-em-up game. But this was released on VHS in 1992 to promote X-Men the Animated Series, the actual show that ended up getting picked up for Fox Kids. It has never released on DVD, to my knowledge, or Blu-ray, of course. There is no release. I'm surprised it didn't get thrown in as a bonus feature somewhere along the way. But from everything I know, it's only ever had that VHS release, and then otherwise you're just going to have to find it online. So let's talk about the interesting first release of X-Men the Animated Series, because most people point to this being the DVD release, the Marvel DVD comic book collection release, which we'll talk about, of course. But the first releases were actually from Universal Home Video, because this was prior to the Saban Entertainment sale of the Fox family assets to Disney, which also included all of Saban Entertainment, which, you know, who was a co-producer on the X-Men show. So this actually resulted in Universal putting out 3 DVDs. The first one, released October 24th, 2000, was X-Men The Phoenix Saga, which is Phoenix Saga Parts 1 to 5. Now, obviously, that release date, it was after the first X-Men movie, but it was meant to tie in with the first X-Men movie. Later on, there was 2 more DVD releases, June 5th, 2001, one that includes X-Men Reunion Part 1 and 2, Out of the Past Part 1 and 2, and No Mutant is an Island. That was the title of the DVD, even. And then the second one, which was X-Men Sanctuary Parts 1 and 2, Weapon X Lies and Videotape, Proteus Parts 1 and 2. And that one has the Hulk on the cover because Universal's going to put the Hulk anywhere and everywhere that they are involved with anything. So when it comes to these 3 DVDs, these are simple volume releases. They just have those episodes stated. I don't believe they have any bonus features. I found listings online that claim that there was more of these correlating to VHS tape releases, but I could not find concrete info, release dates, or actual cover art that I can confirm was real. So this is what you get for this portion of the video. These were the only DVD releases until later, following the sale of the Fox family and Saban Entertainment assets to Disney. Disney now owned the show, and their first release would come to tie in to X2 X-Men United. So the first release that we got from Disney was the April 29, 2003 release of X-Men The Legend of Wolverine. Now, this was a single DVD which contained Out of the Past Parts 1 and 2, Nightcrawler, The Lotus and the Steel, and then as a bonus feature, The Final Decision. Now, these are all not only Wolverine-related episodes, but they are episodes that would connect to plot points in X2, like Lady Deathstrike and Nightcrawler. Wolverine's a big part of the Nightcrawler episode, but they put that in there to tie in to the movie at the time. So that was also included. And they also even said bonus the final decision, a Magneto episode, because Magneto, of course, is a big deal in the X-Men movies. Now, this actually did have some bonus features that never carried forward to other releases. It makes me glad I have this DVD somewhere. I don't remember where I put it, or I would have had it for the video, but I know I have it. The bonus features include an interview with comics writer Chris Claremont, who wrote the longest run on X-Men, a featurette called The Power Behind the X, and then also Stan Lee's Soapbox. Stan Lee's Soapbox is something he did in the Marvel Comics, and then later kind of sort of did in the TV shows for some blocks like the Marvel Action Universe. And those are just Stan teaching life lessons and such. And it's always kind of a fun thing to hear from Stan Lee. All right, now we get into what I would call the proper release of X-Men on DVD from Disney, though definitely a super flawed one, and that is the Marvel DVD comic book collection release, which is making me realize the camera has been slightly off axis up until this point. All right, anyways. So this is X-Men Volume 1 featuring Night of the Sentinels. This was released on April 28th, 2009, and contains 16 episodes. Now, here's where the fun part comes in with these DVDs. They are pretty bare bones. It is pretty much your standard Disney DVD release. It's 2 discs. It's got 8 episodes in each disc. It does have new cover art, which honestly, this has become like the poster art for the 90s show because there really wasn't too much otherwise for poster art. And I do think it looks pretty nice overall. It's not really matching the art style. It's just kind of taking its own approach, but I think it's good. You can see X-Men Volume 1 with Wolverine in the corner box. And then, yes, it has these 16 episodes. Now, these are the first 16 episodes, with the first 13 being the first season, and then 14 through 16 being the first 3 episodes of Season 2. So pretty good. The Sentinel coloring looks a little weird, but yeah, overall, it's pretty solid. All right, so that was our first volume, and on the same day, April 29, 2009, we got Volume 2. Now, Volume 2, for context, mine is the Canadian release that has the French text included because for some reason, Volume 2 is the hardest one to find out of all of these, and the only one I could find was the Canadian release. Same region as the US release, but it does, have the French required text in here. But this was Volume 2 featuring the Phoenix Saga, and that's, I think, probably the reason why this one's in such demand. It is very funny that Nightcrawler's on the cover, considering he is not in this volume. They just threw him in for fun. It's weird that this show only had Nightcrawler in 3 episodes, but he is not in this volume in particular. So we have here episodes 17 through 33, except it's not exactly 17 through 33, because once you get to episode 26, Reunion Part 2, which is the Season 2 finale, everything past that for all the following DVDs is out of order. I will talk about how you get in order together, but it's 17 episodes, actually, not 16. But yes, so you've got, of course, the Phoenix Saga 5-parter in here. You've got Out of the Past in here. You've got Time Fugitives and Reunion across 2 discs. Now, despite this being the Canadian release in terms of packaging, the disc is literally the same. But yes, that was Volume 2. Following on September 15, 2009, we had Volume 3 featuring Dark Phoenix. Once again, Nightcrawler's on the cover. Is his episode here? Hey, his episode's here. That's cool. It is kind of funny that basically if you looked at this image and you only watched X-Men 97, you wouldn't bat an eye because they rightfully put Kurt on the main team. But yeah, you got some Apocalypse, some Dark Phoenix. On the spine, you got Cyclops. And this contains 15 more episodes, including the Dark Phoenix 4-parter. It also features, all these episodes, but they're all out of order, which I want to talk about in a moment because I have a solution for you. Same day, September 15, 2009, we have Volume 4 featuring Beyond Good and Evil. Realizing the 2009 date was probably to sync up with X-Men Origins Wolverine, because that came out that same year. But we can see we got Wolverine, Sabretooth, Rogue, and Sinister, which isn't really a face-off. And Gambit and Mystique as well. These are not really, like, iconic hero-villain pairings. I feel like Cyclops and Sinister, and then, like, I don't know, maybe Rogue and Mystique. But, yeah, there you go. I got Wolverine on the spine again. And then this has the Beyond Good and Evil 4-parter, plus Proteus, Sanctuary, and then a bunch of other episodes, for a total of 14 episodes across 2 DVDs. Yeah, these are pretty solid standard. At least they had the benefit of having every episode. And then May 4th, 2010, we had Volume 5 featuring Old Soldiers starring Captain America. Also see Longshot and Omega Red and Red Skull and Mojo and Professor X. And I'm trying to remember if Red Skull showed up in the show. It's been a minute, because we do have the Captain America episode where it's Captain America and Logan in World War II. We got Phalanx Covenant on here, we got Stormfront. We got the rest of the episodes that are here. Now, here's the part that's fun. So the production on this show was a bit chaotic due to Haim Saban wanting to use cheaper animation at times, which slowed down production, and so the production teams would have to get episodes reanimated and reconfigured, and these spines would line up if I had the US release of Volume 2. Also of note, when they first shipped, they had slipcovers. Mine were later printings, so they don't, but there is kind of how they look. But yeah, so the thing was that the show had a weird production history, so the episodes didn't quite air consistently. I mean, there's an episode like Long Shot that was supposed to be in Season 3, didn't air till Season 5. Bunch of weird stuff like that happened because of the production history. Now, the air date was a completely different order than what's on the DVDs. The DVDs almost seem random, or the DVDs are like, well, we need something that's got, you know, we got to have a headliner multi-parter for every one of these. I don't exactly know how they came to this decision, but yes, after the first 26, these are all out of order. Now, luckily, the DVD covers are correct as to where the the episodes are placed for all 76 episodes, which means you have a couple options to put them in the right order yourself. First of all, the Wikipedia page is correct. As of time of recording, Wikipedia page is the correct order. Disney Plus is also the correct order. But the correct order came from this book, which was previously on X-Men, the Making of an Animated Series, written by showrunner Eric Lewald. Great book if you love this series, because these have 0 bonus features on them, which is a shame because the production history of the show is very interesting. But this is a full behind-the-scenes production history of the series, from inception to concept to actual production to how their episode count got bumped up, and it has an episode-by-episode breakdown of every single storyline. So here's the fun part. So you can see every episode is prefaced with the title, the air dates, the writers, and all the directors and such. But then when you get to episode 27, which 27, 28 are in the right spot, so they're fine. But as you go along, it's like, okay, you know, Phoenix Saga is 29 to 33. All right, everything's good. And then when you start to see, we get 34, No Mutant is an Island, air date, 1996, because this was one of the episodes that had to go back and reanimate it, which is explained here. But you see out of order DVD number 66, which means you can go here and go, oh, hey, No Mutant is an Island, 66. That's actually supposed to be 34. 35 is out of order, and it's 36. So 36 is actually 67 on the DVD. 37 is actually 41 on the DVD. So Eric Lewald did a great job making this book really accessible. By the way, look at this classic Wolverine bookmark I have. But anyways, this book is terrific for getting all behind-the-scenes details, and it's really helpful because it tells you exactly where those episodes are located, so you're not having to do a scavenger hunt for them. So I would recommend this book if you want behind-the-scenes info. There is a newer book that came out that also kind of serves this benefit, which is the art and making of the animated series, which has a lot of good production tidbits in it. Really highly recommended as well. It goes into similar territory, but not as deep territory as the making of book. But this one is in art focus, so it's going to have a lot more visuals. The other thing to point out is that it does also do an episode-by-episode breakdown of every episode, but it doesn't tell you where the episodes are located on the actual DVDs, but it does tell you like 27, 28 is out of the past. You go forward a little bit, you get, Season 4, Episode 47, To Deal with the Devil. So you've got these options to, you can follow this book along, you can follow that book along, you can look it up online. But if you're wanting behind-the-scenes info, these are the books you're looking for because the DVDs don't provide anything. X-Men Evolution debuted on home video with the April 22nd, 2003 release of X-Men Evolution: Mutants Rising. This is a volume set that kicks off the home video releases for X-Men Evolution, which it comes in what younger viewers may not remember. Old DVDs, a bunch of them came in plastic cases, and in a bunch of them, typically Warner Brothers in particular, would release them like this, where it's like a cardboard piece and then like a plastic half case. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these, honestly, and oh boy, they can get damaged pretty easily. But you can see this concludes episodes Growing Pains, Power Surge, Bada Bing, Bada Boom, and Fun and Games. That's the first 4 episodes of the series, right? Nope, that's Season 2, Episode 1, Season 2, Episode 2, Season 2, Episode 3, and Season 2, Episode 4. Because when they released this in 2003, the show was already on its 3rd season. So I think they wanted to kind of jump to get this going. I'm not exactly sure why it took so long for Evolution to hit home video, but 2003 was kind of a big year for X-Men with X2, X-Men United coming out, so that was probably the tie-in. Nice that Spike got the highlight here, because he's one of the less developed characters in the show, unfortunately. But you got Nightcrawler here. Cover art's pretty fun. I mean, you got, like, you know, big old looming Wolverine, because big star of the next movie. But, yeah, you got, like, the main cast down here. So, the cool part when it comes to these DVDs for X-Men Evolution is they actually have honest-to-God bonus features, which is the first time we've seen that compared to X-Men Animated Series, which only had it on 1 DVD. So every episode has an introduction with Boyd Kirkland, the producer. It's literally like talking about each episode and like thoughts on it and everything. We have behind-the-scenes features on the X-Men, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the comic book adventure, X-Men comic book adventure. Those are all featurettes talking about the creation and development and production of this series. Fantastic. The fact that we used to get this, you know, and we don't get it for other things is sad. But yeah, 4 episodes on a single DVD. Not exactly the most exciting first release, but it kicked things off for sure. So then on September 23rd, 2003, we actually got Unexpected Changes, Explosive Days, X Marks the Spot, and Exposing the Truth. This is the entirety of Season 1, and I do wonder why it wasn't just a Season 1 set, but this is what the DVD market was like at the time. So we got, of course, Unexpected Changes is Season 1, Volume 1, with 3 episodes from Season 1. I do love the artwork on these. It's a little bit different than the art style on the show, but this is similar to the production artwork and promotional artwork. And then on the spine, you can see it says X-Men Evolution, Unexpected Changes, Season 1, Volume 1. So they started tagging these so that way you know what's on here. So we've got, well, let's take a look at the inside, because actually there's artwork on the inside. So you got, it's Nightcrawler themed, right? So we got Nightcrawler. It's actually, that is a different image of Nightcrawler than on this disc, right? Yeah, see, that's kind of like the standard render. This one's got a different one for him. And so we got Episode 1, Strategy X, Episode 2, X Impulse, Episode 3, Rogue Recruit. So that's what's on this one. For special features, once again, episode introductions by Boyd Kirkland. Exclusive with Boyd Kirkland, executive story editor Greg Johnson, and the directors for each episode. There's an Evolution of the X-Men, which is another behind-the-scenes featurette. Honestly, the thing is about these DVDs is it is kind of, you know, it's inconvenient to collect them when there's only 3 episodes per disc, but the bonus features make up for it because you are getting a lot of stuff that gives you actual legitimate behind-the-scenes stuff. It's not just fluff pieces for these early ones. All right, so Explosive Days is Season 1, Volume 2, as it says on the spine. Nice shot of the group there. On the inside, you can see it's Jean Grey themed, right? And so we've got Season 1, Episode 4, Mutant Crash, Season 1, Episode 5, Speed and Spike, and Season 1, Episode 6, Middleverse. And then the bonus features include episode introductions, the art of the X-Men, and then they put this trailer for the show on all of them. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they gave each DVD its own behind-the-scenes feature plus the episode introductions. It makes these feel a little bit more special than just kind of throwaway releases. X Marks the Spot is our Season 1, Volume 3, kind of awkward, slightly awkward artwork of Cyclops, Wolverine, and Sabretooth there. But on the inside, we've got Mystique as the main featured character. We've got Episode 7, Turn of the Rogue, Episode 8, Spike Cam, and Episode 9, Survival of the Fittest. And then for bonus features, introductions, and the Tales of the X-Men behind-the-scenes feature. And I do like how it does say, you know, Episodes 7 to 9 back here. It's actually giving you very good indications of what's included. That is not always the case with older DVDs. You usually do a ton of research, but these, the packaging tells you everything you need to know. And then Exposing the Truth, the last one of the September 23rd, 2003 releases. This is 4 thrilling episodes, including the Season 1 finale, so we got a nice shot of Magneto there. But yes, Season 1, Volume 4. On the inside, we've got Wolverine on the disc, Rogue on the interior cover, and we have Episode 10, Shadowed Past, Episode 11, Grim Reminder, and Episode 12 and 13, The Cauldron, Part 1 and 2. And then for bonus features on this one, the episode introductions, as well as the X-Men Evolution trailer and the X-Men Unmasked behind-the-scenes feature. Of note, with the episode introductions, they do spoil the episodes, so if you've never seen the episodes before, if for some reason you're watching them for the first time on DVD, skip the episode introductions, watch them afterward, because they're introductions, but they go over the entire episode themselves. So that was it for Season 1. On February 10th, 2004, we got Powers Revealed with 4 thrilling episodes from Season 2, and this was marked Season 2, Volume 2. Now, you're probably wondering, was Mutant Rising marked Season 2, Volume 1? No, but at least it lines up, almost. Because it was the first release, it doesn't exactly fit the spine design that the rest of them would go with. It's an unfortunate thing that, that's just what happens, because I think they kind of threw it out just to get a DVD out real quick. Yeah, kind of sad. On the interior of this one, we've got Beast on the disc and Cyclops on the image. And this contains Episode 5, Beast of Bayville, Episode 6, Adrift, Episode 9, On Angel's Wings, and Episode 7, African Storm. Yeah, so the episodes for Season 2 kind of got out of order. And I don't know if this is a production issue, like the episodes were produced in a different order from what they aired, or the episodes were aired in a different order from what they were produced, vice versa. But this is how they're presented on the DVD. So I'm going off the official episode orders that we've seen on everything like Disney Plus and air dates and stuff. So it actually is Season 2, Episode 5, 6, 9, 7. It's not going to mess it up too bad because Episode 2 was still pretty episodic, or Season 2 was still pretty episodic, but, it's still a thing to note. Stan Lee, the original X-Man, is an interview with Stan Lee about X-Men and then Inside Xavier's Institute. Sadly, though, they dropped the episode introductions starting with this volume, which is a bit of a bummer because those were really, really nice. But yeah, there's just no episode introductions from here on out. On June 29, 2004, we got Enemies Unveiled, which is Season 2, Volume 3. This is another collection of 4 episodes. We've got Avalanche on the disc, Magneto on the interior art, and this contains Season 2, Episode 8, Season 2, Episode 13, Season 2, Episode 14, and Season 2, Episode 10. Yeah, this is the bummer. I don't know exactly why this worked out this way, and if anyone's got, good info, because I was trying to compare and contrast things, and from what I can tell, the DVDs are just a little bit out of order. Bonus features include Meet the New Mutants, which is kind of going through the New Mutants characters. Behind the Brotherhood, Mystique is a kind of in-universe thing, like Mystique is narrating it. And then Wolverine's Trivia Challenge is a video trivia challenge hosted by Wolverine. The bonus features have gotten a little bit less behind-the-scenes production, and by this point they've started to get a little bit more kid bonus feature. Like the characters talking to you, be like, oh, all right, bub, I'm going to give you a trivia challenge, as opposed to, the director talking about the episode they did. On November 23rd, 2004, we got Mystique's Revenge, which has 5 episodes from Season 2, which is Season 2, Volume 4, wrapping out the season. Very funny image here, because it looks like Mystique is nuking Wolverine's armpit. But you can see you got Mystique on the disc, and then you got that cool, kind of cast shot that you see on streaming a lot. So this has Season 2, Episode 11, Shadow Dance, Season 2, Episode 12, Retreat, Season 2, Episode 15, The Hex Factor, and Season 2, Episode 16 and 17, Day of Reckoning, Part 1 and 2. So again, I would say, as someone that's watched this show a couple times, the episode order's probably not going to be too bad if you just watch it straight on the DVDs, but I do want to note that it is a little bit out of order. For special features, we've got X-Men Evolution Turning Point, which is a behind-the-scenes feature, and then Toad's Test, which I believe is another trivia challenge. But yeah, I actually kind of like this cast shot back here, because that's a pretty cool collage of the promo art. But yes, so for Season 3, would they go and do a Season 3 Volume 1? In fact, no. They did a complete Season 3 set. So this is all 13 episodes on 2 discs. This was released on May 23rd, 2006. And you can see it's X-Men Evolution, the complete 3rd season. It's in a normal plastic case. And it does have all the episodes across 2 discs. We got Rogue on one, got Nightcrawler on the other. We have a cool little insert here that tells us what's on every disc. So this is disc 1, has the first 8 episodes here, which is, Day of Recovery, Stuff of Heroes, Mainstream, Stuff of Villains, Blind Alley, Extreme Measures, Toad, Witch in the Wardrobe, and Self-Possessed, all in order. Special features, there's Cerebro's mutant files on the X-Men and the Acolytes, which is to Heroes and Villains, It's kind of like a Storm controls the weather. Jean Grey uses her mind to move things. Like, that's kind of all those what those are. And then on the second disc, we got Under Lock and Key, Cruise Control, X-23, Dark Horizon Part 1 and 2. Those are all in order as well. And then we have Mystique's Trivia Challenge, just like the Wolverine one. Like, Mystique narrates a trivia challenge to decide if you can get into the Brotherhood or not. Which is funny, because I feel like Blob and Toad probably wouldn't pass that challenge. And then X-Men Season 3 Exposed, which is an actual bonus feature about the behind-the-scenes production stuff. So, naturally, with us getting a 2-disc set of complete Season 3, that means that the next release was Season 4 on DVD. So, Season 4 never made it to DVD. I'm not exactly sure why. I was trying to find if there was an exact answer. From what I can tell, though, the show wrapped up at about 2004. This came out in 2006. It's possible that the sales had fallen off by this point, and it just wasn't worth it. I mean, they did go from volumes to seasons. The volumes came out pretty quick, but there was almost a year and a half between this volume and this season set. Maybe that was a contributing factor. Not exactly sure. Would have liked to have them just thrown out a fourth season. Also don't know if Warner Brothers lost the license, because they were... the X-Men Evolution's funny because it's a Warner Brothers produced show, despite it being a Marvel series, because Marvel typically went with, they went with Saban and Fox in the 90s, and then later, of course, Disney. But this was a Warner Brothers produced show. So, unfortunately, we don't have a complete set. Now, if you look online and you're like, oh, I want an X-Men Evolution complete series DVD set or a Blu-ray set, you can find them, but they're bootlegs. There was no official complete set released on DVD or Blu-ray, which is a shame because the show is great. And it deserves it. So yeah, if you do want to own this on DVD, you just can't own Season 4. And, with the way that Disney Home Video currently is, where it's basically non-existent for anything that's not current movies, I'm not holding any breaths for a new complete set. But if you want to know, that is all 9 DVDs released for the show, and that's what the spines look like. And you know what? All things considered, I will give Mutant Rising a pass, because it was the first one out. These all line up pretty good. They even lined up the Season 3 to the rest of them. And considering this is in a different style case and it still lines up almost exact, it's very impressive. They did a nice job with these. I love the behind-the-scenes features on them. These are a lot more than just basic releases, and I think that was really, really cool. It's just a bummer we couldn't get that 4th season to make it a complete set. I think this and X-Men 97 are the only 2 shows that aren't complete on home video, because X-Men 97 doesn't have any, but all the other X-Men shows have complete releases. Kind of like the next show we're going to talk about. So one of the downright best collected X-Men shows ever on home video is Wolverine and the X-Men. This is the one that actually I would call has a really good release. So let's get to it. First of all, the Hulk versus movie, which is in canon to Wolverine the X-Men for the Hulk versus Wolverine part especially. They follow this up in the show itself. This was released on Blu-ray and DVD on January 27th, 2009. On the DVD edition, Hulk vs. Thor is on one disc and Hulk vs. Wolverine is on the other. But on the Blu-ray edition, you get it all on one disc. And these are a treat if you've never checked these out. This is part of the Marvel Animated Features label, where they were actually putting out animated movies kind of similar to what DC was doing. For bonus features on Hulk vs. Wolverine, we got 2 audio commentaries, a featurette on the making of, a Comic-Con panel featurette, a first look at Wolverine the X-Men, and a trailer gallery, because this actually came out just a little bit before Wolverine the X-Men. And then Hulk vs. Thor has similar features going on, which is really cool. So yeah, if you've never checked this out, this is kind of an essential part of Wolverine the X-Men's history. This was re-released on September 18th, 2012 in the Marvel Animated Collection Blu-ray, which contained Ultimate Avengers, Ultimate Avengers 2, Next Avengers, Hulk vs. Planet Hulk, Invincible Iron Man, Thor Tales of Asgard, and Doctor Strange, which was essentially all of the Marvel Animated Features line in one box set. But yeah, Hulk vs. a little bit overlooked when it comes to X-Men related stuff, but it is really great. All right, now Wolverine the X-Men, as it was airing, received DVD releases. So let's break them down. First up, April 21st, 2009, the Heroes Return trilogy containing episodes 1 through 3. For bonus features, there was audio commentaries by the creators. In fact, there's 2 commentaries for each episode. There was a Nicktoons Network Going Insane Wolverine the X-Men promo video character profiles, and a making of Wolverine the X-Men. This had a limited edition as well, with a slipcover that said Season 1, Volume 1. The next DVD followed on July 21st, 2009, called Deadly Enemies, with episodes 4 through 8. There was an audio commentary for every episode by the creators, and the limited edition slipcover release had Season 1, Volume 2. And from what I could tell, they didn't do any more of those limited edition slipcovers past the first two. Volume 3 released on November 3rd, 2009, Beginning of the End, which contained episodes 9 through 13 and audio commentaries for every episode. Also on November 3rd, 2009 was a Volumes 1 to 3 DVD box set that was just repacking those 3 individual volumes. On February 2nd, 2010, Fate of the Future released on DVD with episodes 14 through 18 with audio commentaries on every episode. And then on May 4th, 2010, Revelation released, which had episodes 19 through 23 with commentaries for every episode. And then the series was complete on DVD with the August 17th, 2010 release of the Final Crisis trilogy containing episodes 24 through 26 with audio commentaries on every episode. But the important part for our video is that on October 12th, 2010, a complete series DVD was released. But more importantly, a complete series Blu-ray was released. So the series had been sadly canceled after one season, and so they decided to put out a complete series of the DVD and the Blu-ray. All these were released by Lionsgate, of all companies. Lionsgate is weird. Like, they're very low effort a lot of times, but then sometimes they'll surprise you. And this was one of the surprises, because in addition to having the entire show on HD format in 3 discs containing every episode in order, this also contains all the bonus features from the previous releases. We have all 29 audio commentaries for all 26 episodes. We have the making of featurette. We have the Inner Circle Reflections on Wolverine the X-Men, which was actually new for this set, and a trailer gallery. We don't have that Nicktoons special, but I looked it up. It wasn't that important. But the thing that I find cool is that we do have behind-the-scenes features. We have commentaries for every episode and doubled commentaries for the opening 3-parter. And it's the entire thing on Blu-ray in a single set. This happened only one other time with a Marvel show, and I think that was Spectacular Spider-Man from Sony. Usually with, animated shows, they're usually aimed at kids. They don't get Blu-rays. And with Marvel, it's very, very rare. I think this is, again, one of 2. But yeah, we have Wolverine the X-Men on Blu-ray. We got Hulk Versus on Blu-ray. That's a pretty solid, nice, complete collection with no complaints from me whatsoever. So in the 2010s, Marvel and Madhouse Animation worked on several Marvel anime series, and they were picked up by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment for DVD release. And so on April 24, 2012, we got the X-Men Marvel Anime Complete DVD set. This containing the entire series. And this also includes bonus features, which is kind of surprising, but definitely welcome. So in addition to the show itself, which you see, we got nice cover art, nice spine work, nice background here. We do have English and Japanese audio as well as subtitles. But this contained all 12 episodes. It had Re-Examining the X-Men, X-Men A Team of Outsiders, and Special Talk section Marvel Anime X-Men and Blade as 3 featurettes across the 2 discs, which I think is really, really cool. It would have been nice to have seen these on Blu-ray because the shows weren't animated in HD, but hey, the fact they got a release at all is pretty nice. Now, Sony, making sure that they double their investment, took the 2 discs that already existed from the complete set, and on August 14, 2012, released 2 DVDs, X-Men Volume 1 and X-Men Volume 2. That's basically separate releases of Disc 1 and Disc 2 of the series. Now, there was another Marvel anime that was X-Men related, which was Wolverine, released July 31st, 2012 on DVD. This is the complete 12-episode series on DVD with English and Japanese audio, and features the featurettes Wolverine Reborn, the ferocious anti-hero Wolverine Defined, and Wolverine meets X-Men. So a complete lineup of things yet again. And then this was released as volumes on February 26, 2013, with each disc being released as Volume 1 and Volume 2. Both series were included in the Walmart exclusive Marvel Animated Series Collection DVD, which repacked these 2 along with Blade and Iron Man to get all 4 shows into one box set. Again, would have been nice to have seen a Blu-ray, but the fact we got them at all on disc is pretty spectacular, considering it was a limited time collaboration between Marvel and anime studio Madhouse. Alright, so you may have noticed that I did all the animated shows up front. There was a reason for that. The main reason being that Fox, with their X-Men movies, which are interspliced between the animated shows, they have been released so many times that I thought it'd be better to have a consistent timeline of just the movies and the live action stuff separate from the animated shows. Because the animated shows, despite some wonkiness, are the most straightforward part of the collection. So let's talk about Fox's live action universe. All these releases were done by 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment up until 2020, because in 2019, Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, and so Disney Home Entertainment, and then later Disney Home Entertainment via Sony Production, took over production and releases of these movies. So let's start all the way back with the first X-Men movie with its November 21st, 2000 DVD release. This was early DVD days. This was early for the format, but X-Men was released on DVD, single disc, with a couple bonus features. There's an interview with the director, there was Hugh Jackman's screen test, a stills gallery, animatics, and some trailers. Pretty bare bones, but that was pretty standard at the time because bonus features hadn't quite ingrained themselves in the DVD market at that point. But a couple years later, when X2 was about to come out, a February 11, 2003 release of X-Men 1.5 released on DVD. Now, this was a 2-disc release that was a re-release of the first movie. It was made to promote X2, but it was providing a lot more bonus features. So here's the bonus features for X-Men 1.5. On disc 1, we have the audio commentary ported over from the single disc release. Then we have an enhanced viewing mode. Now, what would happen here? This is old school tech, if anybody remembers or has forgotten or never knew. But an enhanced viewing mode would be, while you're watching the movie, a symbol would pop up. This one, of course, would be an X. You click it, and then it would play an additional feature. And then with this, you could also go and watch the additional features on their own, separate from the enhanced viewing mode, because it basically would pause the movie, go show you something, bring you back to the movie. Kind of fun for the time. But there was 17 featurettes and 6 deleted scenes included with this enhanced viewing mode, which really got you a lot of in-depth look into the creation of the first X-Men movie. Now, disc 2 was all bonus features. There was an introduction, we had an Uncanny Suspects pre-production featurette, X Factor, the look of the X-Men costume featurette, the special effects of X-Men visual effects featurette, Reflection of the X-Men, a retrospective featurette, an exclusive movie premiere footage, multi-angle scene studies, animatic to film comparisons, still photo galleries of concept art hardware locations, Magneto, Xavier's School, plus 3 theatrical trailers, 9 TV spots, 12 web interstitials, those were like web ads basically, an X-Men 2 sneak preview, and a trailer for Daredevil. It was stacked. And that is the kind of thing that I sorely miss from home video releases, is having that many bonus features. Now, luckily, X-Men 1.5 would be the version that would be most commonly reprinted going forward. But of course, that was it for the first X-Men in its first release window. Time to talk about X2. X2 X-Men United's first DVD release was on November 25th, 2003. There was 2 editions. There was a widescreen edition and a full screen edition. They used to do this thing because TVs at the time were mostly square, and so you had movies that were shot in widescreen or anamorphic widescreen, and they would crop them and then zoom them in, and so you'd have like a version that would fill your TV, except it was completely against what the original film's intention was, and I absolutely hated that practice, and I'm so glad we don't do that anymore. So anyways, long story short, widescreen and full screen, but it was a 2-disc release from the start. Disc 1 contained an audio commentary with the director and cinematographer, as well as an audio commentary from the writers and producers. Disc 2 is where everything came in for behind the scenes. There was an interactive multi-angle scene study of the Nightcrawler attack opening scene of the movie. There was a Wolverine and Deathstrike fight rehearsal video, the second Uncanny issue of the X-Men The Ultimate Making of documentary, the Secret Origin of the X-Men featurette, Nightcrawler Reborn featurette, introducing the Incredible Nightcrawler featurette, 11 deleted and extended scenes, 6 still galleries, and theatrical trailers. Now, the DVD would be reprinted on September 6, 2005 as a single disc release containing only the first disc from that prior release, meaning none of the bonus features carried forward. Also on November 25th, 2003, there was the X-Men Collection released on widescreen and full screen, which was a 4-disc combo set of X-Men 1.5 and X2, along with all their bonus features. X-Men The Last Stand was the kind of finale of the original X-Men trilogy. This was released October 3rd, 2006 in a collector's edition, a widescreen DVD, and a full-screen DVD. Target got an exclusive tin edition of that collector's edition. For bonus features, there was an audio commentary with the directors and screenwriters, an audio commentary with the producers, deleted scenes, and 3 alternate endings. That collector's edition also included an exclusive Stan Lee written comic, as well as 3 X-Men stories chosen by Lee. Interestingly, when I looked this set up online, some people list it as a 2-disc set. From what I can tell and what I remember from owning it way back when, it was only a 1-disc set. I can't totally confirm that, but it ultimately doesn't matter too much considering we have future releases. Alright, also, same day, if you purchased X-Men The Last Stand at Walmart, there was an exclusive bonus disc called X-Men Revealed that would have been included with purchase. This contains the Fox Movie Channel Presents Casting Session and Life After Film School features. These would reappear later on down the line. On that same release day, there was the X-Men Trilogy set, which contained X-Men, X2, and X-Men The Last Stand. It was only a 3-disc set containing the first discs of all of those and no additional bonus features. Interestingly, The Last Stand was the first X-Men film to reach Blu-ray on November 14, 2006. Bonus features here being a director and screenwriter audio commentary, producer audio commentary, deleted scenes, and 3 alternate endings, the same from the DVD, plus a brand new trivia track. From what I can tell, the trivia track is only on that Blu-ray and no future releases. On October 16, 2007, the Ultimate Heroes Collection DVD set was released, which is a 4-disc set containing Daredevil, Elektra, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. This was also reprinted October 9, 2012 with a new cover. Released May 13, 2008, the Marvel Heroes Collection DVD was an 8-disc set containing the single movie discs of Daredevil, Elektra, X-Men, X2, The Last Stand, Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, the first volume of Fantastic Four World's Greatest Heroes, 2 X-Men comics, a Silver Surfer digital comic CD, and lobby cards. That is actually kind of a really cool collection that showed everything Fox was doing with Marvel at the time. That was it for the DVD era. We start moving into the Blu-ray era after this point, but that was a lot of releases. That is nothing compared to what we're about to talk about. Released April 21st, 2009 was the X-Men Trilogy Blu-ray box set. Now, when we go forward into movies, I'm going to have like a First Class section talk about all the releases of First Class because it came to Blu-ray first. But because these movies made their Blu-ray debut together in this nice box set, that is how we're going to refer to these going forward. This is kind of how I've structured the video to make it make more sense. So the X-Men Trilogy box set contains, of course, X-Men from 2000, X2 X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand. Now, this set was released to coincide with the release of X-Men Origins Wolverine in theaters. So let's talk about the individual releases. So this is what we would see as the standard for the Blu-ray version of X-Men. You can see it has X1 in the corner, which is pretty neat. Actually like the logo being the movie logo here. And then we got a ton of bonus features. So I went through and double-checked all the bonus features included. So let's talk about it. So disc 1, let's actually, I'll look through these together. First of all, there's this thing that was digital copy codes. You'd have to put a DVD in and then input a code, and then you get a digital copy. That's what we did before Ultraviolet, before Movies Anywhere, and before, what is it, Fandango at Home? Yeah. So, anyways, disc 1, returning from X-Men 1.5, is the audio commentaries, the enhanced viewing mode with the 17 featurettes and 6 deleted scenes. You can also view them as separate if you want. There is the director interview, which came from the original X-Men single DVD, animatics, art gallery, TV spots, and music promo. As a new bonus, there is the Fox special, The Mutant Watch featurette. Next on disc 2, returning from X-Men 1.5, we have Evolution X, the interactive documentary, the Uncanny Suspects pre-production featurette, X Factor, the look of the X-Men costume featurette, production documentary scrapbook, the special effects of X-Men visual effects featurette, reflection of X-Men retrospective featurette, and 3 theatrical trailers, 9 TV spots, and 12 web interstitials. The only thing that didn't carry forward from the original DVD was the Hugh Jackman screen test, though I do believe that is included in the documentary featurette, so it doesn't really need to be included separately. Otherwise, everything from the DVDs carried forward into this nice 2-disc Blu-ray. Keep in mind the words 2-disc Blu-ray as we go forward. All right, for X2, X-Men United, we got a nice cover art here, looking great. Nice logo treatment, all that good stuff. Once again, we do have a digital copy disc, which are crazy because they're basically useless now because that service doesn't work anymore. All right, so Disc 1's bonus features was the director, cinematographer audio commentary and the writer-producer audio commentary. Disc 2 has History of the X-Men, The Secret Origin of the X-Men, and Nightcrawler Reborn. The pre-production section, which includes Nightcrawler Attack, Interactive Multi-Angle Scene Study, Evolution of the Details Designing X2, United Colors of X. The production section, which is Wolverine Deathstrike Fight Rehearsal, the second uncanny issue of X-Men Making X2, Introducing the Incredible Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler Stunt Rehearsal, Nightcrawler Time Lapse, FX2 Visual Effects. The post-production section, which include Requiem for a Mutants, the score of X2, X2 Global Webcast Highlights, 11 deleted and extended scenes, and galleries for characters, locations and set, mutant x-rays, Nightcrawler circus posters, on-camera graphics, the unseen X2, and trailers. This contains everything that was on that previous X2 DVD, plus a little bit more that wasn't already there. It's super extensive across this 2-disc release. For X-Men The Last Stand, I got a nice crowded cover here, much like the movie. Logo treatment, same kind of back design. Once again, a digital copy disc. Once again, we have 2 discs for the Blu-ray. So disc 1 with the movie. We have the audio commentary from the director and screenwriters, the audio commentary from the producers, 21 deleted, extended, and alternate scenes, and 3 alternate endings. Boy, it used to be a mess of a production of a movie that had things completely changed throughout production constantly. They used to give you all the bonus materials instead of letting you try to figure out for yourself where it all went wrong. 21 deleted, extended, and alternate scenes. Crazy. Now, Disc 2 is interesting because, from what I can tell, there wasn't a DVD edition of Last Stand that came with a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff, but looked at the bonus features on Disc 2, and they were all shot at the time of the movie. So it's possible they shot them all, prepped them all, and just never released them prior to this, but there is a bunch, so let's go through it. We got the director's production diary, X-Men Evolution of a Trilogy featurette, X3 The Excitement Continues featurette, X-Men Up Close featurette, Anatomy of the Scene, The Golden Gate Bridge featurette, Generation X comic book history. Nothing to do with the X-Men team Generation X. They were just being cute, I guess. We've got vignettes, blogs, previs animatics, galleries of character stills, concept art, storyboards, and models, and trailers. Also, the X-Men Revealed DVD contents, which was the Fox Movie Channel Presents Life After Film School and Casting Session, are on here as well. This is a movie that's not well loved, and that look at all the bonus material they give you. I miss these days. Movies that are well loved don't even get good stuff now. So following their release in the box set, on the same day, April 21st, 2009, you could purchase X-Men, X2, and The Last Stand on their own, exactly how they were in the box set, which honestly is pretty nice of them. You know, that's not a common thing, but that's why they're in separate sets. The individual releases obviously would have individual barcodes. These don't because they're part of the box set, but they had these same exact covers. Now, here's the thing. These are great Blu-rays. These are awesome. Because these movies were popular and because they kept making X-Men movies, they kept re-releasing these. Now, this is not a problem. It's good for availability. Now, when you're trying to track every home video release of X-Men, you might go a little insane trying to track them all. So, let's get to it, folks. Here we go. All right, so on May 3rd, 2011, probably to sync up with First Class, we had X-Men X2 and The Last Stand as Blu-ray reprints that now were combo packs. So X-Men was a 2 Blu-ray, 2 DVD, X2 was a 2 Blu-ray, 1 DVD, and Last Stand was a 2 Blu-ray, 1 DVD. I believe they put in the old DVDs as bonuses, but they were Blu-ray DVD combo packs where the previous releases were just Blu-rays. On May 6, 2014, to tie in with Days of Future Past, we got X-Men X2 and The Last Stand reprints, but these are different. So X-Men was only 2 discs, 1 blue and 1 DVD. X2 was only 1 blue and 1 DVD. And Last Stand was only 1 blue and 1 DVD, meaning all those cool bonus feature discs not included with that round of releases. On June 1st, 2014, tying in with Days of Future Past, there was Target-exclusive metal packs. These are not Steelbooks. They are designed slightly different. Steelbook is a brand name that now became ubiquitous with the format, but at the time there were some different ones. Metal Pack was one of them. These are all 1-disc Blu-rays containing the movie only for X-Men, X2, and The Last Stand. For whatever reason, on July 9, 2015, if you went to San Diego Comic-Con, you could get a 2-disc Blu-ray edition of X-Men with this cover. Comic-Con exclusive home video. It's kind of a thing I forgot was even a possibility back then. Timed out for X-Men Apocalypse, we had the April 19th, 2016 Icon reprints. These are standalone, cheaper reprints to get the movies back out there with unique covers. X-Men has 2 discs for its Blu-ray and DVD. So it's got the 2-disc Blu-ray with the bonus features plus the single-disc DVD. X2 just has the first disc Blu-ray and the single-disc DVD, and Last Stand just has the first disc Blu-ray and single-disc DVD. I don't know why X-Men got to keep its bonus features, but the other 2 didn't. But yeah, there's that. Okay. Then proper steelbooks came on October 2nd, 2016, exclusive to Best Buy, but they were 1-disc Blu-ray releases, which contained only the movie, not the bonus features for a bunch of them, for X-Men, X2, and The Last Stand. Now, this trilogy set was reprinted on July 9th, 2013 with the exact same cover. It was then reprinted April 19th, 2016 as the Icons reprint series, and you could get it on Blu-ray or you could get it on DVD. On September 25th, 2018, there was a 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray combo pack collection, but keep in mind the Blu-rays were single-disc repacks, so I'm not exactly sure how many bonus features carried forward there. And then we had the March 23rd, 2021 Blu-ray and DVD combo pack exclusive to Disney Movie Club. Boy, this is a video of going back and remembering how good the physical media market used to be. So these discs have been printed and reprinted so many times, but not in a few years, which is kind of funny. There's plenty of them out there, though. They're definitely not hard to find. The trick is, can you find the 2-disc editions that have all the bonus features if you care about that? Because a lot of the later releases were just sticking the first disc, which some had some bonus features, but the majority of the bonus features were left out of those later releases, which is a shame. But it's time to move on to another X-Men movie. Released September 15, 2009, X-Men Origins Wolverine was released on an Ultimate 2-disc Blu-ray, an Ultimate 2-disc DVD, and a single-disc DVD. It was a Best Buy exclusive pack of the Ultimate 2-disc Blu-ray with a Wolverine bust, a Blockbuster exclusive statue set, and a Walmart exclusive 3-disc Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Here we have X-Men Origins Wolverine. Once again, not a loved movie, but you're going to be like amazed at all the bonus features because they stacked it up. So this 2-disc Blu-ray edition that they're hyping up, it's actually a Blu-ray and a digital copy. I have a DVD copy I threw in here because I didn't need the digital copy to be in there anymore, but it was a digital copy disc. So your 2-disc Blu-ray, it's your digital copy disc. It's not really an Ultimate 2-disc Blu-ray. But that being said, we have an insane list of bonus features. We have an audio commentary by the director, an audio commentary by the producers, The Roots of Wolverine, a conversation with Stan Lee and Lynn Wein. That's actually a really cool feature. I like comic bonus features on my comic movies. Wolverine Unleashed, The Complete Origins, Weapon X, Mutant Files, The Thrill of the Chase, The Helicopter Sequence, Ultimate X Mode, which is an enhanced viewing with multiple featurettes, 4 deleted alternate scenes, and a Fox Movie Channels presents the world premiere. So it's pretty stacked, and because it's on the same disc as the movie, that means that future printings never lost their bonus features, from what I can tell. Which included the May 3rd, 2011 Blu-ray DVD combo pack reprint, the July 9th, 2013 Blu-ray reprint, the May 6th, 2014 Blu-ray DVD reprint, the June 1st, 2014 Target exclusive Metal Pack 1-disc Blu-ray reprint, and the January 10th, 2017 Icons reprint Blu-ray or DVD. Yeah, they put this movie out a whole lot every single time there was another X-Men movie. Released September 9th, 2011, X-Men First Class released on Blu-ray and DVD. The Blu-ray had 2 options. As you can see the Magneto cover, but there was actually 2 choices. You could pick Charles or Magneto. I think that's kind of fun, actually. Also because if you have the Magneto cover, you have the Charles cover on the back. So you have your X-Men and your Hellfire Club plus Magneto. So your heroes and your villains kind of thing going on there. There also was a Target exclusive Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray movie only, and a rental exclusive DVD cover. All right, for bonus features on this sucker, which I like the interior cover being the same, which it was. Bonus features on this, there's a lot. So first of all, in case you're wondering, Blu-ray, digital comic codes, digital copy code, but a digital copy code that was the digital copy disc, plus a digital copy code, because they were starting to make it digital instead of needing a physical disc to get your digital copy. Boy, the transition period in time. Anyways, this disc does have a ton of bonus features on it, which includes X Marks the Spot, an enhanced viewing mode with a bunch of featurettes. Just like the previous enhanced viewing modes, you'd click the icon, see a featurette, or you could select the featurette on its own. There was a isolated score option, a Cerebro Mutant Tracker experience game, Children of the Atom, which was 7 additional featurettes, and 13 deleted or extended scenes. Pretty stacked disc, all things considered. Now, this would get reprinted many times. So on May 6, 2014, there was a Blu-ray and DVD reprint, 4 Days of Future Past. On June 1st, 2014, a metal pack to go with all the other metal packs at Target. A October 14, 2014, Blu-ray and DVD reprint with a different cover. An April 19, 2016, Icons Blu-ray and DVD edition. An October 2nd, 2016, Best Buy exclusive Steelbook Blu-ray. And October 4th, 2016, 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray combo pack. The bonus features are on the Blu-ray. I think only the audio commentaries are on the 4K. On February 18, 2018, there was an Icons reprint of a Blu-ray and DVD, but it was a different cover for Walmart. And on May 15, 2018, there was a Deadpool Photobomb slipcover Blu-ray reprint where Deadpool appeared there. Not the last times we'll be saying Deadpool Photobomb slipcover. But yes, X-Men First Class was released quite well and quite often. So there's one weird thing about this movie's home video release, at least for the US North American version. I don't know if this is the case elsewhere, but there was a ending credits song that was written for this movie. It was Love Love by Take That, British pop group, because they worked with Matthew Vaughn on previous movies. And so the song appears in the end credits. It's listed as that. It's credited as that. It played as that in theaters. I didn't see this movie in theaters, so I don't have first-hand experience, but everything I looked at online, it was there in theaters. On the Blu-ray, they just play the score over the credits. I don't know why the song was removed. The music video for the song is up on YouTube still with the X-Men clips in it, so not exactly sure what's going on there. Couldn't find an exact answer. All versions on Disney Plus, or if it aired on TV, that, at least in the US, don't feature the song. I don't know if that's a record label dispute or what, but the song was removed between its theatrical release and its home video release. Nobody probably cares about this but me, but I just find it very odd. And the other thing, too, is that if you have a UK Blu-ray and you could check it for me and see if the song's in the credits, that'd be great. It's not in the, like, fancy title card credits. That still was, like, the main, like, Magneto theme, but it was in the normal credits. But if anyone in the comments has an answer for that, that'd be great. I tried looking around and couldn't find anything. Released December 3rd, 2013, was the Wolverine on Blu-ray and DVD, and then also the Wolverine Unleashed Extended Edition on a Blu-ray, Blu-ray 3D, and DVD combo pack. Yeah, there was 2 releases at the same time, and I originally bought the Wolverine on Blu-ray because I didn't need a Blu-ray 3D. Didn't notice that the Extended Edition was only in the Blu-ray 3D combo pack. Thanks, Fox. Also, for exclusives for this one, we had the Best Buy exclusive Digipack Unleashed Extended Edition, the Target exclusive Unleashed Extended Edition, and Theatrical Cut editions, which also included a Legendary Wolverine featurette that was exclusively a digital download. And then also on the discs themselves, this is the interesting part. So we've got the Extended Cut on Blu-ray, we also have the Theatrical Cut on Blu-ray, the Blu-ray 3D, which I think is the Theatrical Cut, and then a DVD copy, which also doubles as a digital copy. Still not quite at ultraviolet times yet. But yes, the Extended Cut and the Theatrical are included with the Extended Edition. Now, going forward, that would not stay the same. It wouldn't be as consistent with reprints as to keeping both cuts together. Now, for me, I actually do prefer the Extended Edition, but it's not that big of a deal or that big of a difference from the regular edition, if that's the only version you can get. So on the Theatrical Cut disc, we have The Path of the Ronin, a 5-featurette documentary, theatrical trailer, an alternate ending, and a Days of Future Past set tour. And then on the Extended Cut, our only bonus feature is an audio commentary by the director. The DVD was a single disc only, and I believe did not have any bonus features. But I could be wrong. DVDs are not tracked as well as Blu-rays. All right, let's talk re-releases for this thing. On June 1st, 2014, along with all the other metal packs, was a Target exclusive metal pack of the 1-disc theatrical Blu-ray, not the Extended Cut. On January 1st, 2016, the theatrical edition Blu-ray was reprinted. On September 6th, 2016, the theatrical edition Blu-ray was reprinted again. On September 6th, 2016, the Unleashed Extended Edition Blu-ray, 3D, and DVD was reprinted. On January 10th, 2017, the Icon series reprinted the Blu-ray and DVD, but it was only the theatrical version. And then on March 27th, 2018, the Unleashed Extended Edition of the Blu-ray, 3D, and DVD was reprinted at Best Buy with exclusive Deadpool patches. Now, around this time, we got some cool collections featuring the Wolverine and the X-Men. So first of all, December 3rd, 2013 saw X-Men The Adamantium Collection, which was a set of X-Men X2 Last Stand Origins Wolverine First Class and the Wolverine in Wolverine's Severed Hand. So, big for Age of Apocalypse fans. Also on the same day was the X-Men and the Wolverine Collection Blu-ray with X-Men, X2, Last Stand, Origins Wolverine, First Class, and the Wolverine. On May 6, 2014, we got the X-Men Experience Collection Blu-ray or DVD, which contained X-Men First Class, X-Men, X2, and Last Stand. On July 23, 2014, exclusively to San Diego Comic-Con, was X-Men the Cerebro Collection, containing X-Men, X2, Last Stand, First Class. These were only the single movies, but it came in a Cerebro, so that kind of balances out the lack of bonus features. On October 7, 2014, the Wolverine double feature was released on Blu-ray or DVD. This is a set of X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine. They're first discs only, but that's fine. That's where all the bonus features are anyways. This was reprinted on January 10th, 2017 on both Blu-ray and DVD, and then reprinted once more on June 4th, 2019, where it came with a Dark Phoenix promo offer. Now from here, where we had the extended edition released as a separate release the same day as the regular, we move into a movie that put its extended cut a whole year later. So today with the X-Men movies, we have seen multiple printings, removal of bonus features, addition of bonus features, alternate cuts. It's time to put them all into one with Days of Future Past. Released October 14, 2014, X-Men Days of Future Past released on a Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D Ultimate Edition, a Blu-ray edition, and a DVD edition. Amazon got an exclusive set with Magneto's helmet and the Ultimate Blu-ray 3D edition. Best Buy got a Trask Files Ultimate Edition of the Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D. Walmart had an exclusive comic book pack-in. There was also a Walmart exclusive DVD only, and a Target exclusive metal pack to match the other metal packs. On this disc, there was deleted scenes, a kitchen sequence director commentary, a gag reel, a double-take Xavier and Magneto featurette, X-Men Reunited featurette, Classification M featurette, Sentinels for a Secure Future featurette, gallery for Trask Industries, Mutant Experiments, Blueprints, Sentinel Construction, and then theatrical trailers. This was the theatrical cut of the movie. There was an extended cut that was announced prior to the film's release in theaters, which is why I ended up skipping seeing this movie in theaters, because I thought, well, why don't I just wait for the extended cut? But that did not come on the home video. That came later. But this theatrical version is the most well-printed version released. So, the March 1st, 2016 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray combo pack release is only the theatrical cut and those bonus features. The April 19, 2016 Icons release was a reprint on Blu-ray and DVD. October 2nd, 2016, there was a Best Buy Steelbook. On February 18, 2018, there was another Icons Blu-ray DVD combo pack, which was a Walmart exclusive. On March 27, 2018, there was an Ultimate Edition reprint at Best Buy with exclusive Deadpool patches. And then May 15, 2018, got a Deadpool Photobomb slipcover Blu-ray reprint. Then on July 14, 2015, X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue Cut, released on Blu-ray and DVD. There also was an Amazon exclusive Magneto helmet bundle, which is the same helmet from the theatrical release, but now with the Rogue Cut. This includes two versions of the movie. So the story goes that Anna Paquin returned as Rogue for a sequence in Days of Future Past, much like they had brought back the other actors from the original X-Men trilogy to go alongside the newer actors. And so there was a subplot in the movie where they needed Rogue, and Rogue was kept in another facility, and they had to go rescue her. And it was like Magneto and Iceman went to go save Rogue. Pretty cool stuff, and honestly kind of, put some more of a cap on the X-Men of the original era a lot better than the theatrical version does, but ultimately wasn't super needed for the final film. So they cut it. They kept the film a little bit shorter for theaters. And so this version, the Rogue Cut, was announced as like, oh, we're cutting Rogue from the movie. We'll bring her back. We'll bring her cut back later on. But instead of like with the Wolverine, the extended edition being the same day, this was a whole year later. Now, the other frustrating part. So first thing, I didn't buy the theatrical version because I was like, I'm just going to wait for this Rogue Cut because I like Rogue. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to see it in theaters. I didn't. The first time I ever saw this was on the Rogue Cut Blu-ray a whole year later, which was frustrating. But there is a bonus feature problem. So first of all, it has the theatrical and the Rogue Cut on the same disc. And on this first disc, there is an audio commentary by the director and composer, which is only on the Rogue Cut. And there's an audio commentary by the director and writer, which is on the theatrical. That's the only bonus feature that carried forward because there is an entire new second disc with a bunch of stuff on it, but none of it is the stuff from the theatrical version. Now, I will say, from what I can tell online by reading descriptions, the bonus features on the theatrical version are basically redundant to the depth and detail that goes into here, but they are not the same features. I don't know why they did this. I think they did it just to annoy me. Alright, so Disc 2 has the Mutant vs. Machines featurettes, including Time Switch, Panels to Frames, Core Cadre of the X-Men, 2 Worlds, 2 Battles, Through the Lens Revisiting History, Synchronizing the Vision, Mutant Menace, Mankind's Defense, A Rogue Move, What's Next, and X-Men Unguarded. There was also galleries for storyboards, costumes, concept art, and a sneak peek of the 2015 Fantastic Four. So, like I said, you're going to get pretty covered. It's a good, like, actual behind-the-scenes documentary that goes into the full detail of the film, and you don't need the deleted scenes because they were added in here, and that's basically it. But if you want all the bonus features for X-Men Days of Future Past, you need both the theatrical release and the Rogue Cut release. Also, the Rogue Cut never got a 4K, even though the theatrical did. That's also why this is the only edition I own. Adding to this, if you wanted the Rogue Cut, it was only released in 2015 on Blu-ray and on DVD. They never reprinted this. All the other versions of it never included this extended cut. There's speculation that the reason that is the case is because this didn't sell that well, because it was a standalone release a year later when a lot of people didn't care anymore, and it ultimately is only like 11 minutes longer. It's not like it's a completely different version of the movie. It just adds a sequence in that was missing from before. Yeah, I think this should have just come out when the movie came out on home video. I think trying to double dip it was a mistake. Now, before we move to the next movie, we do have a couple new collections. There was the Awesome Action Heroes Blu-ray, which included X-Men, the Wolverine Theatrical Cut, Elektra Director's Cut, and Daredevil Director's Cut on October 6, 2015. And then on April 19, 2016, we got the X-Men 2 Film Collection Blu-ray or DVD, which was a set of First Class and Days of Future Past. On May 10th, 2016, the second life of breath into the X-Men movie franchise was Deadpool. Released on a 4K Blu-ray, Blu-ray combo pack, a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, a DVD, a Walmart-exclusive Funko gift set Blu-ray DVD, a Target-exclusive postcard set, a Best Buy-exclusive movie and vinyl Blu-ray DVD set, and the Best Buy-exclusive Steelbook Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, which is the one I have, because I thought it looked cool as hell. It annoys the crap out of me the logo's upside down, because in case anyone's wondering, that's not really how logos are typically done. They're usually done this way. Why is it like that? Frickin' Deadpool. Anyways, I like the Steelbook, so I thought, let me get that. It's pretty nice and straightforward. So this has got Blu-ray DVD edition of the movie. I do think it's kind of fun that all the packagings for Deadpool had him, like, talking, right? Blu-ray and DVD and digital HT, you're welcome. Or a Steelbook made of actual Colossus skin, true story. Colossus saying, that's not nice. These got crazier as they went along, but I kept some of this stuff because it's just fun. But yeah, this is the Deadpool film that Ryan Reynolds made happen by leaking the pitch reel that was shown only to Comic-Con attendees. There's a Deadpool image back there. This is like a whole long story, but the Deadpool movie was really successful, and it kind of spawned a whole little sub-franchise. It made a lot of people happy. So, anyways, let's talk about the bonus features here. So it's all on the Blu-ray disc, which is an audio commentary by the producer and star and screenwriters, an audio commentary by the director and the co-creator from the comics, 10 deleted extended scenes, a gag reel, from comics to screen featurette, a gallery of concept art, costumes, storyboards, pre-visuals, stunt visuals for the shipyard, then the Deadpool's Fun Sack feature, which contains 19 promo videos and a stills gallery, and an X-Men Apocalypse sneak peek. There also was on the 4K. The 4K disc has an audio commentary, and the DVD disc has a selection of bonus features, but not everything. This movie was also reprinted a whole lot. So on July 20, 2016, there was a San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusive cover for Blu-ray and DVD set. On November 6, 2016, there was a Holly Card reprint Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. On October 3rd, 2017, there was a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook Best Buy exclusive reprint. There was a February 1st, 2018 Blu-ray and DVD unicorn cover. On April 24, 2018, there was a 2-year anniversary Blu-ray edition. There was also the same day a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook Best Buy exclusive second design. On May 15, 2018, promoting Deadpool 2, was a 4K Blu-ray unicorn cover exclusive to Walmart. Also, on May 15th, in addition to the X-Men photobomb covers I mentioned, these don't have Deadpool in them. These are just the original movies, but they have Deadpool covers, and I, for some reason, felt compelled to include them in the video. So, May 15, 2018, the Walmart exclusive Deadpool photobomb slipcovers of other movies owned by Fox. Assassin's Creed, Office Space, Castaway, Predator, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Edward Scissorhands, The Terminator, My Cousin Vinny, Speed, Revenge of the Nerds, Fight Club, War for the Planet of the Apes, The Devil Wears Prada, The Martian, Alien, City Slickers, The Day After Tomorrow, and 127 Hours. And then July 1st, 2021, Disney reprinted Deadpool on 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray. Releasing October 4th, 2016, X-Men Apocalypse. This was released on 4K Blu-ray, 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 Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD. There was Target exclusive Digibook Blu-ray and DVD packaging, a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, and a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook on Blu-ray and DVD. This movie there's a lot to be said about this movie, but the thing I wanted to point out was how freaking gorgeous the Steelbook was. All the other Steelbooks were released in conjunction with this, but I just love the way that like the Four Horsemen are down here, and then you got like Apocalypse, and then like the back of it is very like Apocalypse. It looks pretty. I don't know. They just really did a great job with this one. I like the I mean, those are just kind of generic hieroglyphs, all things considered, but yeah, this is a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Now, the thing I wanted to point out is this is not a well-received movie by a lot of people, even at the time it came out. But the nature of movies and how bonus features used to work out is it didn't matter if people liked your movie. You just documented the making of in the bonus features. So, bonus features, all on the Blu-ray disc with the movie. An audio commentary by the director and writer, 12 deleted and extended scenes, gag reel, rap party video, the X-Men Apocalypse Unearthed documentary, including the featurettes in Saba Nur setting the stage for Apocalypse, Clan of Akaba, Apocalypse and his horsemen, answering the call, assembling the new X-Men team, the end of times, creating New Age of Apocalypse, unlimited powers, VFX, stunts, and set pieces, what's next, as well as galleries for concept art, unit photography, and their theatrical trailers. The 4K disc only has the audio commentary, and the DVD bonus features are more limited than the Blu-ray. Of course, it's got reprinted a few more times. So on February 18, 2018, there was the Icons Blu-ray DVD, but that was a Walmart exclusive, unlike some of the others. And on May 15, 2018, there was a Deadpool photobomb slipcover Blu-ray reprint. There was also some combo packs that came out around this time. October 4, 2016 brought us the X-Men Beginnings Trilogy Blu-ray, which was a set of First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse. On June 13, 2017, Walmart got an exclusive 3-pack of a 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray pack of First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, before there was a proper April 30th, 2019 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray combo pack version of the X-Men Beginnings trilogy. And then on January 10, 2017, there was the X-Men Collection Blu-ray, which was a digibook set of X-Men, X2, Last Stand, First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse, but it's only the first discs of those movies, which means the older films' bonus features, a majority of them are not included. Fox tried to expand the X-Men franchise with TV efforts. The first one was Legion, based on the character David Haller, the son of Charles Xavier. Pretty well-received, trippy mind drama series. It did get a nice home video release, somewhat. So first of all, Legion Season 1 released on March 27th, 2018. It was released on Blu-ray and DVD. It's a 3-disc set. This actually does feature bonus features. There is featurettes for Fractured Reality, A Different Kind of Hero, Uncanny Romance, production design, powers, makeup, visual effects, costume design, locations, and deleted scenes. This contained, of course, the first 8 episodes of the series. Probably wondering, why'd you buy the DVD if there was a Blu-ray option? Because I saw it at a Walmart for $10 and thought, well, I haven't seen the show, I should try it. The thing is this kind of would have worked out if I ended up collecting the rest, because they did release the rest of the series, sort of frustratingly. On October 30th, 2018, Legion Season 2 released on DVD, containing episodes 9 through 19, and this is a manufacturer-on-demand release that was ridiculously expensive. It wasn't like Warner Archive, where those are manufactured-on-demand, but kind of in reasonable prices. Like, I don't know, I've seen this set, like, when it came out, I think it was like $40 for a 9-episode DVD, and not a Blu-ray option whatsoever. They did finish the series with the August 27, 2019 release of Season 3, containing episodes 20 through 27. Once again, a manufactured on-demand release. Once again, no Blu-ray. Released May 23rd, 2017, Hugh Jackman's final appearance as Wolverine, and Patrick Stewart's final appearance as Professor X released with Logan on 4K Blu-ray, Blu-ray DVD, and DVD, a Target-exclusive Digibook, Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, a Walmart-exclusive character cards, 4K Blu-ray, or Blu-ray DVD, a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, which was either a Blu-ray, a 4K Blu-ray and a Blu-ray, or a Blu-ray and a DVD. They had options back then. Yeah, I make the joke, but it's funny how we were like, oh wow, that's the last time we're going to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Patrick Stewart as Professor X. And honestly, I'm kind of glad they came back because I find this movie so depressing I can't actually watch it. Being a fan, kind of rough, but it's a really good movie. The thing is, this edition of the Blu-ray and the first release actually included a Logan Noir, which is actually a black and white version of the movie. And this is actually presented on multiple discs. So, Disc 1 with the movie and special features, we have an audio commentary by the director, 6 deleted scenes, making of Logan featurettes, crafting the story, casting the film, designing the world, creating the scores, stunts and fights, rapping Logan, and theatrical trailers. The Noir disc features a black and white version of the film, as well as the same audio commentary by the director. The DVD has a selection of those bonus features, but not everything. And on the 4K release, which put Noir and regular on separate discs as well, that only included audio commentaries for Blu-ray, or for its bonus features. All right, on August 15, 2017, the movie was reprinted on 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray. On December 5th, 2017, there was a Best Buy exclusive 4K Blu-ray Steelbook reprint. In February 18, 2018, there was a Icons Edition Blu-ray reprint, which did not include Logan Noir. And then on May 15, 2018, there was a Deadpool Photobomb Blu-ray reprint edition. So just after Logan, there was a show called The Gifted about the time when the X-Men are gone and what do mutants do, which is funny considering Logan's plot. It involves a lot of the X-Men are gone and what do mutants do. So I always kind of headcanon that The Gifted takes place before Logan. Anyways, this was a TV series that had the worst marketing imaginable, because the kind of ethos of the series is that, you know, it starts with, you know, his family and they got mutant kids and they're trying to protect him and stuff, and they have Polaris in this show, and Polaris is striking design-wise. She's got green hair. I don't know why she's not on the cover. I don't know why they didn't put any, you know, it's one of those weird shows where it's like they kind of try to hide the comic booky elements, but this aired on Fox and it was a short-run series. But it was released on DVD. There was no Blu-ray for this. Legion got a little bit more prestige with the Blu-ray, but general retail release, DVD with the first 13 episodes released on September 25th, 2018. And then Season 2 came out July 9th, 2019 with a much better cover, by the way. That was way more indicative of what the show could do. That contained episodes 14 through 29, but that was also a manufacturer-on-demand release that was stupidly expensive for being a show on DVD that should have been on a Blu-ray. Released August 21st, 2018, Deadpool 2 on 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray, DVD, Best Buy exclusive 4K Blu-ray, or Blu-ray Steelbook, Target exclusive 4K Blu-ray, or Blu-ray Children's Book, Walmart Art Attack Edition with a Bob Ross Funko Pop with a 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray set or a Blu-ray set. And there was also another Walmart exclusive Blu-ray gift set. Deadpool 2 learned its lesson from Days of Future Past. They have an extended cut called the Super Duper Cut, and that was 15 minutes longer, had a bunch of extra gags, and that is just included on the normal release from the jump, as opposed to being some weird release later. Yeah, I like experience your second time like it's the first time. That's a fun gag. But yeah, so this is basically what we have here. Now, just like with the other extended cuts, except, you know, some of the, kind of like the Wolverine, the Super Duper Cut is on one disc, and then the other disc has the Blu-rays. So let's talk about what's on these discs bonus feature wise. So we have on the theatrical disc, there's an audio commentary by the star, director, and writers. There's 2 deleted extended scenes. There's a gag reel. There's the Deadpool Family Values Cast of Characters featurette. David Leitch, not Lynch, directing Deadpool 2 featurette. Deadpool's Lips Are Sealed, Secrets and Easter Eggs featurette. Until Your Face Hurts, Alt Takes featurette. Roll with the Punches, Action and Stunts featurette. The Deadpool Prison Experiment featurette. The Most Important X-Force Member featurette, Chess with Omega Red featurette, Swollen Sexy featurette, 3-minute monologue featurette, and then Deadpool's Fun Sack 2, including 17 promo videos and a stills gallery. We also have the Super Duper Cut disc, but that's just the extended cut. There's no bonus features included. And the 4K disc of the theatrical cut has the audio commentary, but nothing else. and then the DVD is more limited, and the DVD did not include the Super Duper cut. So then this was reprinted on November 6, 2018 on a 1-disc Blu-ray reprint, so no Super Duper cut. And then on August 21st, 2022, Disney reprinted the 4K and Blu-ray combo pack. Going alongside this on August 21st, 2018 was the Deadpool The Complete Collection for Now 4K Blu-ray or Blu-ray set that includes Deadpool 1 and 2, including the Super Duper cut. That was reprinted on December 25th, 2018. Now, Christmas 2018 brought along the Once Upon a Deadpool movie, which is a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2 that is narrated by Deadpool and Fred Savage doing a Princess Bride parody. It's a very weird little thing they did, but they did do a charity thing where, like, you know, some of the money from the ticket sales went to charity. I went to see it in theaters. It's kind of fun. Got to take my mom to it. But this was released on Blu-ray January 15, 2019. It was only released as a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. No other versions. There was no bonus features included. They reprinted this in 2024. On October 1st, 2024, this was reprinted by Disney via their Sony deal. But yeah, it's kind of a weird little thing. I get why it's not re-included with anything else. It's kind of like well, if you want this. I mean, there is new footage. It is kind of funny for that, but it exists as its own separate release, which I think is fine. I think this is fine because it came so much later from the regular movie. So to promote the upcoming Dark Phoenix, on April 30th, 2019, 2 steelbooks were released. The X-Men Trilogy Volume 1 with X-Men X2 Last Stand, single discs only, so no bonus feature discs. And X-Men Trilogy Volume 2, First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse. Those are steelbook repacks of the movies to promote Dark Phoenix. Released September 17, 2019 by Disney Home Entertainment, now under their ownership of Fox. We have X-Men Dark Phoenix 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray set, Blu-ray and DVD, the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook 4K Blu-ray Blu-ray, Walmart exclusive collector card set, and a Target exclusive cover art and poster. Alright, so Dark Phoenix was not planned to be the last of the Fox X-Men movies, but it became it because Disney bought Fox, and then Disney was like, hey, we want to use the X-Men, so, like, cut it out. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of production history on this movie as well. But it did get its full home video release, where the title of the movie was changed from Dark Phoenix to X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now, you're probably wondering, well, you know, Dark Phoenix isn't that loved of a movie. You bought the 4K Steelbook for it, right? Yeah, you know why? Because look at this artwork. I think it was Bill Sienkiewicz, who's like a very famous X-Men comic artist, especially like New Mutants. It's a gorgeous-ass steelbook. I don't even care about the quality of the movie. This is just a beautiful steelbook. But anyways, once again, bonus features. So it's funny because this is still more bonus features than the average like Disney or superhero movie release gets nowadays, right? But it's a little bit less than Apocalypse got. So on the 4K disc, just the audio commentary. On the Blu-ray, audio commentary of the director, writer, and producer, 5 deleted scenes, Rise of the Phoenix, the making of Dark Phoenix, which was broken up into story and pre-production, the cast, production design, special effects, filming and editing, How to Fly Your Jet to Space with Beast featurette. That's actually super fun. That's probably the best thing to come out of this movie. And the theatrical trailers. The DVD selection for bonus features was more limited. But this was ultimately the last X-Men movie produced and made by Fox. But not the last movie in the X-Men franchise produced or released by Fox. Well, it was released by Disney. Okay, so anyways, there's New Mutants. So this was released on Blu-ray November 17th, 2020 on 4K and Blu-ray combo pack, Blu-ray and DVD, as well as a Best Buy exclusive steelbook of a 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray. Bonus features were an audio commentary, deleted scenes, an Origins and Influences featurette, a Meet the New Mutants featurette, theatrical trailers. The DVD bonus feature selection is more limited, if even has bonus features at all. There's not much info on that online these days. This was the last movie. Disney kind of put it out to get it out because it was better than scrapping it entirely. And the movie itself went through so much production history that those featurettes definitely don't cover everything that happened to it. So then the first X-Men related movie that Disney has made under their ownership of all the movie rights was Deadpool and Wolverine, released October 22nd, 2024 onto Blu-ray. There was a 4K Blu-ray pack, there was a Blu-ray, there was a DVD, there was an Amazon exclusive 4K Blu-ray Deadpool steelbook, and there was an Amazon exclusive 4K Blu-ray Wolverine steelbook. Yeah, I was the dumbass that bought both. It's funny because I got the Deadpool one in first and I watched it, and then the Wolverine one got delayed, and I was like, well, I kind of want the Wolverine one more. But then once I got it, I was like, well, why do I need to open it? Because it's the same movie. I don't know why I did this. I think I was maybe feeling like a slight, like, oh, I should have bought both covers of First Class. Or it was because I really liked the fact that, like, Wolverine was on one, and then the Wolverines are in the inside. I'll look at these closer in a moment. But anyways, this is not a smart choice. These were also super upcharged because this is under the Disney while Sony's making the discs thing, and then the price is super high. I don't make smart choices all the time. Also forgot to mention there was a Walmart exclusive Blu-ray fold-out cover. I got distracted by my double dipping on steelbooks. Now, like I said, special features, they've been a dwindling concept lately. So we have Deadpool and Wolverine, we have a 4K disc, and we have a Blu-ray disc, right? So this is a great example about how the dwindling amount of special features exist. So the Blu-ray has the bonus features, the 4K has the audio commentary, the Blu-ray has the audio commentary, the director and the star. It has the Finding Madonna Making the Wonder featurette, Practical Approach Celebrating the Art of Ray Chan featurette, Loose Ends The Legacy Heroes featurette, a Wolverine featurette, a gag reel, 3 deleted scenes, and Deadpool's Fun Sack 3, which in the past, remember, that was like 17 promo videos in a stills gallery. Here it's 3 promo videos. Yeah. Also not included is the Marvel Studios assembled The Making of Deadpool and Wolverine, because that's exclusive to Disney Plus for some stupid ass reason. They make these cool documentaries that chronicle the production history of these movies, and then they stick them only on Disney Plus. The only time we ever got them on disc was with the Disney Plus show Steelbooks, which they stopped making. So lovely. You can see the interior of the Deadpool Steelbook has the Wolverine variants that appear throughout the movie, plus 1 Deadpool. It's the same thing over here. I have to pull up an image now because I don't really feel like, why would I unwrap this at this point? But it's got Deadpool variants inside. That's how they worked. I don't know why I bought both. So anyways, if you wanted to get all 3 Deadpool movies, Disney did put that out on February 3rd, 2025. The Deadpool 3 movie collection features Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Deadpool and Wolverine. The Deadpool 2 is only the single disc, so no super duper cut. Love how those extended cuts just kept being left behind. So despite X-Men 97's notoriety and success, there's no home video release for some stupid reason. So I guess Disney doesn't like money. But this is the end of the home video history for now, and probably there's nothing to update it with until freaking the X-Men MCU reboot movie that comes at 2028, 2029, whenever it is, because Disney seems completely uninterested in physical media outside of their major movie releases. That's the end of the X-Men home video history as it stands right now. So that was the home video history of the X-Men franchise, including Wolverine and Deadpool, not including cameo appearances. That is everything to date that has been released, and I don't really have much else to add. This was a fun thing to look back on, especially looking at like the X-Men Evolution release and all the releases of the movies. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the notification bell if you haven't already. Leave any comments down below. If you want to continue the conversation, you can join our Discord server using the link below. We also have channel memberships available with perks like early access to videos and special shoutouts. Let's give some special shoutouts to our channel members. Special shout out to all of our channel members, including Captain Tears, Spin-54, Forever1000, Masterbin95, Veloquince, Mr. Smelly Potato, Alt Mode Archive, Alice James, Tarn Thomas, Actual Lee, Common Jojo, MP, Joseph Tuchek, Star Who, Jason Day, Grizzly3, Legacy Spock, Ben, and LFIV. Thank you all for your support of this channel, viewers and channel members alike. If you so wish, you can find me on social media on Blue Sky and Letterboxd at Soundout12. You can find my wonderful graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643. And you can find Hero Club at hero-club.com for comic reviews and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying, here's to the history of the X-Men. There's no X-Men 97 home video release, so that's the end of the Blu-ray haul. That's the wrong video. It's not a Blu-ray haul.